sent a national team to work with university and municipal health authorities, held meetings with the Director General of Ghana Health Service, head of Noguchi, and the School of Public Health. We issued alerts to all health facilities nationwide. The university suspended all whole week activities, launched a campus-wide education campaign using posters, campus radio, and student leaders. Mr. Speaker, what next? We are not stopping there. Additional steps underway include supporting Legon Hospital and Student Clinic with more resources, preparing the Ghana Infectious Disease Center to handle severe cases if any occur, holding face-to-face sessions with student bodies and faculty, providing more PPEs and training for frontline health workers, enhancing our data tracking in all health facilities, including mapping where cases are coming from, and continuing to test and monitor daily. Mr. Speaker, I want to assure Ghanaians that this is not a new virus, and we are not back to 2020. This Omicron variant has been with us before. It spreads fast, yes, but it is mostly mild, and we know how to manage it. We have beaten back bigger waves before, and we can do it again. With calm, cooperation, and good public health practices. Mr. Speaker, I wish to clarify that COVID-19 vaccination is no longer part of the country's routine immunization program. Indeed, this is the case in most countries. That said, vaccinations remain one of the important tools that can be used to control the spread of COVID-19 infections, and more importantly, prevent severe disease and death. As a result, and in preparation for potential surge, we have initiated the necessary processes to secure vaccination in-country. This is in line with our policy to protect the health of vulnerable populations, particularly people with underlying medical conditions and the aged, who are more likely to develop more severe disease. Additionally, I wish to assure the public that treatment is available for COVID-19. Paxlovid, an antiviral that is taken twice a day for 5 days only, is recommended for patients with mild to moderate COVID-19 who have comorbidities such as diabetes and hypertension. It has proven effective and has minimal side effects. Generally, Mr. Speaker, treatment for those who get infected is based on symptoms. Most people recover at home. For more serious cases, our hospitals are prepared and stocked to provide oxygen therapy and all the necessary care. Mr. Speaker, let me also mention that we are seeing a rise in seasonal flu cases, as we do have during the rainy season. These flu symptoms, fever, cough, sore throat, can look like COVID-19. So we urge anyone feeling unwell to go to the nearest health facility. Also, though the number of cholera cases are down, we are still reporting cases, especially during this rainy season. Some of the risk specific to COVID-19 some of the risk factors for cholera lie beyond the health sector. We urge all to wash their hands with soap and running water, eat food that is hot, and drink potable drinking water. Mr. Speaker, you will agree with me that the tackling of cholera goes beyond the health sector. Keeping our environment clean is also a very important way of preventing cholera in our country. Finally, Mr. Speaker, As of 29 June, we had confirmed 133 cases of mpox, mostly in the Western, Greater Accra, and Western North regions. It is essential to note that there are currently no admissions, and we have had no deaths associated with mpox outbreak to date. Additionally, except for the cases confirmed in the past week, all affected individuals have fully recovered. Mr. Speaker, mpox spread through close contact, and we all need to stay safe. Avoid close contact with anyone with symptoms suggestive of mpox, which include fever, rash, headache, and swollen lymph nodes. And protect ourselves by washing our hands regularly with soap and water. Specific to COVID-19, here is what each of us can do to help stop the spread. I must add that most of these universal precautions apply to both flu and COVID-19. Wash hands regularly with soap and water. Wear a mask in crowded or poorly ventilated places. Stay home when feeling unwell. Avoid gathering if you are sick, and go to the nearest clinic as soon as you notice symptoms. The Ministry of Health has made sure that our responses is well-resourced. PPEs, test kits, and treatment supplies are all in place. Health workers are being supported, and emergency centers like the Ghana Infectious Disease Center are all on standby. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, this is a localized outbreak, and we are on top of it. There is no need for panic. However, we must remain vigilant and responsible. The Ministry of Health and its agencies remain committed to protecting the health of all Ghanaians, students, workers, families, and the vulnerable alike. Let us each do our part to keep our communities safe. Mr. Speaker, COVID is not over, but neither is our resolve. May the good Lord bless our homeland, Ghana. I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, before opening the floor for comment, permit me to acknowledge the presence of some revered. Honorable members, I have the pleasure to introduce to you the members of the Portfolio Committee on Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development from the Parliament of Zimbabwe, who are here on a study visit. The objectives of this visit is to gain insight into Ghana's best practices in advancing innovation and technology in higher and tertiary education. The delegation will examine policies, frameworks, and sustainable strategies supporting innovation hubs and industrial park. Key interests include how academic research is aligned with industry needs and how sustainable funding models are applied. Our visitors are Honorable Dr. Tokozani Kupe, Chairperson, Leader of the Delegation. Honorable Juliana Makuviri, Member of Parliament. Honorable Patiswe Machangu, Member of Parliament. Honorable Kevin Mutimba Nyoka, Member of Parliament. Honorable Master Makope, Member of Parliament. Mr. Pencil Marunga, Committee Clerk. Ms. Panache Paloma Chambuera, Research Officer. Mr. Amon Anyahanda, Trade Officer, Zimbabwe Embassy in Ghana. Honourable members, on behalf of the House, I welcome the delegation to Parliament and I wish Anyahanda, Trade Officer, Zimbabwe Embassy in Ghana. On behalf of the delegation and I we also use the opportunity to acknowledge the presence of our revered students at the gallery. First on my list is Capus Christi Senior High School, led by Elijah Osborne Kwame, a teacher. They are from Temaworth. They numbered 32. Then we have First Kwama Senior High School, led by Luke Dabiena, Master in charge of cadets. They are from Wenchi, numbered 54. Then we have Girls in Parliament, led by Rachel Bimpong Nyakoa, Girls Education Officer. They are from Abuakwa North, they numbered 71. Then Aloboshi, First Basic, led by Mrs. Eunice Dai, Headmistress. They are from Okaikwe North. They numbered 55. Honorable members, on behalf of the House, I welcome our students and wish them a fruitful visit to Parliament of Ghana. Yes, honorable members, now comment. Honorable Kingsley Nyako, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, grateful once again for indulging me to pass brief comments because COVID-19, according to the World Health Organization, was still around. They said no. When they want power, they will remove the COVID-19 levy. Now, reality has dawned on us, and that the previous administration has been vindicated that the disease is still in existence. Mr. Minister, now, are you in a position to still keep it or remove it? Because now, we were saying that we needed that support to build our health infrastructure, to ensure that we build buffers and the capacity of our health institutions so that we will be able to deal with this disease and other ones that will emerge in future. But you kick against it. No. My concern is that Ghanaians are waiting on you
to remove the levy,
to decide how you are going to deal with this matter. Are you going to remove it or you are going to maintain it? Please keep to your promise. Keep to your promise. Ghanaians did you the honors by voting for you because of that promise. We want to play with you. Keep it.
Honorable Kingsley. Honorable Professor. Honorable Professor.
You said I should make comments.
Honorable Professor. I just
Speaker.
want to remind you of Order 91.3.
Mr. Speaker, my major concern, Mr. Speaker, is interventions that the ministry is putting in place to ensure that our children in our schools at all levels, especially those at the basic levels, what are the interventions to ensure that they are kept safe, Mr. Speaker? Because it's not enough to say that we should be calm. I'm going through, and some guys are going through, uneasy calm. So convince us, what are you putting in place to ensure that your child in that school, my child in that school are all kept hale, healthy, and safe. On that score, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for indulging me once again. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Doctor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the statement made by the Honorable Minister of Health. Mr. Speaker, I want to begin by commending our indefatigable Minister of Health and the Ministry. Today, I believe every Ghanaian is assured and reassured and that we are safe, and this statement has calmed our nerves. The initial media reportage sparked a bit of fear and panic, and that is expected because of the devastating effect that COVID had. And so whenever the name of COVID is mentioned, people get worried. But our assurance today is coming from the fact that the minister has given us a comprehensive report that says that even though 316 suspected cases were reported and about 117 confirmed, there is no hospitalization. Secondly, the minister is making us aware that the health system is on top of the case. They are in total control. They know the specific variant that is causing this outbreak. The outbreak is below epidemic proportion. It has nothing for you to be worried about. It is no reason for anybody to be calling for maintenance or otherwise of a COVID levy. Rather, it gives us hope and confidence that there is no cause for alarm. The minister went beyond just COVID to also tell us the status of mpox in the country and the fact that we do not have active cases, no hospitalization. I think that is also reassuring. I think the take-home word for every Ghanaian watching us today or following these proceedings is that our surveillance system is robust. And that should give all of us confidence that not only COVID, but should any other disease, infectious disease, get into this country by whatever means, it will be picked up. This situation has been detected and fully controlled. That should give us confidence. And I think that we are very grateful to the minister for responding promptly and for containing the situation at the University of Ghana to keep the rest of the country in peace, in calmness, and in perfect health. We are grateful. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Dr. Samuel.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity, and thanks to the Honorable Minister for Health for the response and the update on COVID-19. Whilst our honorable member was just talking, he was appreciating the fact that COVID-19 hasn't led to any fatal death or any hospitalization. And so I would like to know from the Honorable Minister of Health, what are some of the lessons that have been learned from the previous, and I know it's a statement, that have been learned from the previous way we manage COVID-19 so that we as a country will be able to look forward to properly putting strategies in place for any outcome or any outbreak that may come. Because over the past 3 years that COVID-19 came up, there were some strategies that were put in place. And I want the Honorable Minister to give us some updates, some of the lessons that have been learned. And I also want to encourage, if we as a country, Honorable Minister, will integrate COVID-19 monitoring
as well as influenza surveillance for medical research in the future, because that outbreaks can be coming up, to how we are going to make sure that we can integrate COVID-19 and influenza surveillance to inform medical research. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Frank Afriye.
Speaker, thank you so much. Speaker, like my colleague, Professor, I also wish to use this opportunity to thank the Minister for his swiftness and promptness with respect to the response to the current outbreak of COVID-19. Speaker, it is good to note that we have today a minister who is so agile, very effective and efficient, and has moved in swiftly to partner the university community in order to contain this particular variant. Mr. Speaker, I am glad to know that once upon a time, whilst on campus, we all had very joyous moments during our weeks. A moment like this, Speaker, we did all kinds of things by intermingling with one another. And rightly, as the minister has observed, it's possible to be a fertile breeding ground for this particular variant. Speaker, I recall vividly during the outbreak of COVID-19 under the previous MPP government that there was a famous mantra that we can always bring back the economy. What we cannot do is to bring back lives. Speaker, the economy was never brought back to life. Fortunately, Speaker,
Honorable member, be guided by Order 91.3.
Speaker, thank you, Speaker. I'm guided. Fortunately, Mr. Speaker, today the economy is robust. It's very strong. And so, without COVID levy, we can survive. It is being done. The minister is actively working. The president is in full flight to handle every sector of this economy, including the health sector. Speaker, I only wish to urge the minister, whilst concluding, that Legon, particularly the student class, they are very active. They might not, after all, have underlying causes. And so we cannot use it as a case study in order to conclude that this particular variant is not capable of dealing it a very huge blow. So we must take every legitimate action in order to safeguard those within the age brackets or those who are quite old, just so we may not go back to the kind of fatalities we experienced during the first outbreak. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Yes, Dr. Kabiru.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to join to thanking the minister responsible for health in coming to this particular house to update us on a very serious matter. Mr. Speaker, we all recall, not with relish, Mr. Speaker, though, that COVID ravaged the Ghanaian economy, not just the Ghanaian economy, Mr. Speaker, economies of the world. The impact of COVID is well established, that even whilst opposition failed to recognize that within or outside the shores of the country, they acknowledge that COVID dealt a blow on the Ghanaian economy. Mr. Speaker, we don't wish, we don't pray that we'll get to a situation where this situation will revisit its ugly head on the shores of the Ghanaian economy. Mr. Speaker, COVID-19, if we don't take care
And I'm not trying to scaremonger. I'm not trying to raise any alarm, Mr. Speaker. And I'm happy that the minister responsible for health is now finding solace in new expression like "let us stay calm. These too shall pass." I'm happy that he has now found those words worthy of usage. Because when the former president was using those particular words, he was the lead person as the ranking. That the president was not doing anything. He's only giving hope. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy that he's now on the dispatch box, trying to give us hope that this thing will not ravage our economy. Mr. Speaker, but the place that the COVID has found or has resurfaced, the University of Ghana campus, people think they are not vulnerable. Mr. Speaker, they are the most vulnerable. These are students for crying out loud. These are people that if the health of those particular students are affected, they cannot learn. So we need to do everything within our ability to contain. Mr. Speaker, someone mentioned that we can live without COVID-19 levy. Mr. Speaker, why are we keeping it after we had promised to take away the levy? If we can do without COVID-19 levy, the Minister for Finance is here, the Deputy is here. Let's bring the motion and we scrap it under the certificate of agency, because we don't need that levy from their own words. So, Mr. Speaker, we are happy and we are willing and we are committed to supporting the minister to ensuring that there is calm. We don't scare the Ghanaian people. We don't cause any panic and fear. But we believe that these too shall pass, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Yes, Professor Grace Ayensu Dankwa. Did I get the name correct?
Yes, please.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for allowing me to make a comment on the Honourable Minister's statement. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to take this opportunity to actually commend the Minister. I think that what he has assured the public is good. The public is reassured. He has told us that there's only 316 suspected cases, 117 of them confirmed. There has been no hospitalizations and there has been no death. The minister has also given us all the series of things he's doing to combat this new resurgence of COVID. And he has also told us that it is a milder form. And in terms of vulnerability that my honorable member on the other side mentioned, when we talk about students, the students in terms of vulnerability, the students are at low risk because the virus usually affects people that have comorbidities. And when we talk about comorbidities, we mean people who have other underlying diseases like hypertension and diabetes. So when it comes to any form of virus, or especially the flu-like viruses, those are the people that it affects the most. So the students, as long as we have, as the minister had mentioned, we have done all the proper surveillance, we have done contact tracing. He has also made sure that their contacts have been traced and they are following up aggressively on the students. I truly believe that the students are safe, as the minister had mentioned, and we will continue to reassure the country. And as the minister said, that he is on top of it. He has this in control. What we have to do, the only thing I will add is that we have to do a public education in terms of educating the public to go back to social distancing and especially proper hand washing. And those who have respiratory type diseases must stay away from other family members, and also when they're going out to make sure that their faces or they have face masks. I think that that would be the bigger thing to reassure the country. So again, on this note, Mr. Speaker, I would like to really commend the Honourable Minister of Health for such a wonderful job, and I would call him the Rapid Response Minister. Thank you.
Yes. Honorable Minority Chief Whip, you have the floor.
Speaker, let me join colleagues to also thank the Minister for making time to be with us. And this is what we want. Speaker, this is what we want. When the business statement was presented, we made the call that following the signals, Speaker, you bear witness that the health minister should be here. This is just the beginning. Next, the BOG boss must be here. Next, the PRC executive must be here. This is governance. I'm not veering off. I'll speak to the issues. Speaker, I think I want to thank my friend, the minister. In fact, he was early in the chamber, and when he saw me, he related that he was here to deal with the concern. So that is a matter that should not be taken lightly. I see people are making their own deductions and statements. We shouldn't take this thing lightly. We can all appreciate the devastating effect of COVID. And the fact that we have not recorded fatality doesn't mean we should go and sleep. So I'm happy the minister has run us through the statistics. Over 300 suspected cases, over 100 confirmed cases. 100 cases confirmed cannot be a light matter, especially when it has to do with COVID. So it's a grave matter. I am a bit worried about some few observations. Minister, correct me if I'm wrong, but I am aware the University of Ghana issued a statement. And I thought that as grave as this matter is, that statement should have rather been issued by the Ghana Health Service. That's what comes to me. It should have been issued by the Ghana Health Service. And that will confirm that indeed our surveillance and monitoring system are up. University of Ghana to issue a statement, well, they have their independence, but all health directorates or any health subs body should be working under the Ghana Health Service. So there's a bit of disconnect there. And I want the minister to revert his mind to a thing like this. I see you came with your full house. The professionals are all here. They should also take this in good stride. We are not criticizing you, but these matters are important. Public health is a matter that we cannot take for granted. Speaker, besides the statistics the minister has given, he also mentioned that support will be given to the university. I heard him say that. What kind of support? What are the details of it? Is it funding? Is it equipment? So, Minister, you may have to apprise this house. This is the people's representatives. And you need to go into specifics and details. If you need more money, this house has the mandate. We will give you more money with the blessing of the Speaker.
Honorable Minority Whip, don't draw me into the debate.
I will not invite you to do what you don't want to do. But Speaker is also very scared of COVID. Speaker, that I know. I know the Speaker doesn't want COVID near this house or near any of his families. So, Speaker, speaking to the matters, there should have been also a spirited public education. Governor Akando, I haven't seen that. A spirited public education. We haven't done that. That we have not done. And he reminds me, his seat was here. He sat on one of the seats here when he was ranking member for health. By now, he will be in his element. And the media all over the world, BBC, CNN, everybody will be hearing of him. And this is a grave matter. And the minister, I'm happy you are giving us the statistics, but it's too subtle. We should go down a bit and put us on spirited public education. Because, Minister, you and I know that if we should make hay while the sun shines. And it's important this matter, we track it down in its lane before it gets out of hand. I pray it doesn't get out of hand to the extent of what the previous administration experienced. that would be too bad for this country, and it will be bad for the economy. Now that we have the mandate and we have a bit of control, let's do more in terms of public education. Again, Speaker, this briefing should be sustained. This is one of, Speaker, I want to suggest that every 2 weeks, the minister, you will listen, you are there concluding. Are you the minister? Or you want to be his deputy? As Speaker, this reminds me, the minister has no deputy. His Excellency the President should be reminded. The 4 outstanding deputies. Akando has no deputy. His hair is getting grey. The man is suffering. One moment he's at Boriga, the next moment he's here. He needs a deputy. Honorable Akando needs a deputy. It will help you. So, Speaker, I employ your consequential directives. That 2 consequential directives. The threat of COVID, more funding should be given to Akando. He needs more funds. Yes. Then, Speaker, secondly, every 2 weeks, he should be meeting our health committee and briefing them. I'm not saying come to the chamber, but he should carry the health committee along. And then the chair can come and brief plenary. This is important. This is the first time he's coming since the matter broke. So we heard your reassuring words, we shouldn't panic, yes. But it doesn't lie in your mouth to tell us we shouldn't panic. It's the reality on the ground that will tell us whether we will panic or not. When we have over 100 confirmed cases, and we say we shouldn't panic, hey, we have over 100 cases. Speaker, well, you can say that we had thousands. Speaker, you see, they are not listening. Would you listen to me? Speaker, yes, we had thousands, but so you should have a hindsight benefit. You should learn from what we went through. And don't say that you had 1,000 and we just have 100. So what? So we should go and sleep. No. Huh? So 100 confirmed cases are Legon alone. Speaker, look at you can do the extrapolation. So I am happy that the majority leader is here. Oftentimes when the majority leader, I've not said I have had COVID. No, I haven't said that. Oftentimes when the majority leader presents his business statement, and we say that, oh, this minister must come to this house, majority leader will do his own thing, so file a question. You see, this one, it was our instance. I don't know if we had not made a call, whether he would have come. He wouldn't have come. And now his hair is getting grey. The minister's hair is getting grey. A candle that I know, Speaker, when I was youth organizer, he was youth organizer in the Western region. He didn't have grey hair. He is suffering. You need a deputy. He needs a deputy. Speaker, so having said this, I want to commend my good friend for coming, but to caution that it cannot be one of, we must get the health committee to be inputted into this whole action to track down on COVID, and the minister should regularly carry the committee along so that at least Parliament will be apprised. So in the absence of he coming to plenary to give us a briefing, at least the Committee of Parliament should have been carried along. So I think I pray your outfit to give this consequential directive, and particularly our own, the Exchequer, the Finance Minister. This is an emergency case, COVID. He must release, look at his face, Akando needs more funding so that he will come atop the situation and be able to track down on this deadly ailment. Because having said this, I want to thank you for the space and also thank the majority leader who heeded to our call. But we are not done there. This is work in progress. The Bank of Ghana governor must come. The Bank BOG governor must come. And then PRC Executive Secretary must also come to Committee of the Whole and brief us properly. So I thank you for indulging me. I'm grateful.
Yes, majority leadership. Yes, deputy
Thank you, Mr.
majority
Speaker,
whip.
for the opportunity. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the Minister for the quick response. Mr. Speaker, COVID has never left Ghana and has never left the whole world. It's at the corner. It's like when we had the first cholera outbreak, the whole world came down to support, and it has never vanished. But when it's time for it to come, it will come again. Mr. Speaker, the truth of the matter is, when we got the first malaria outbreak, people, even WHO came to support. Still, we have malaria in the system, which means you have to protect yourself from mosquito. So once COVID is around, when the weather is cold, respect the protocols. Respect the protocols and make sure that you protect yourself. And that's the fact. We shouldn't behave as if it is gone cry that we won't see it again. Whatever the case, it is around. So let's still respect the protocols. When we are in public, we should have our hand sanitizers, washing of hands, and protecting our children, educating our children. We shouldn't leave it just like that for them to go and come, and then we'll be blaming minister for the outbreak. Mr. Speaker, all we need to do when it's time for hot weather, you will still experience some cold in that hot weather. And when it's cold weather, we should expect COVID too. So let us all work together as Ghanaians and make sure we protect ourselves from it. Your hand sanitizers, let it be with you. Shaking of hands, being in the public, and then do whatever it is and make sure you protect yourself. We thank God we have a minister who is very, very dynamic and very vibrant and respond to cases quickly. Because just last week you complained he's here. And you can see this is a government that is ready to solve problems and solve issues. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister, any concluding remark?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, just to assure you that I didn't appear on the floor of the House just to come and read a report to the House. Just today, Mr. Speaker, I paid a working visit to the University of Ghana campus. Mr. Speaker, I engaged the management of the university. Mr. Speaker, I went to the health facilities on the campus and I observed with my naked eyes that the situation is very, very calm. Mr. Speaker, University of Ghana has a population of over 65,000. And if you calculate in terms of percentage, the confirmed cases or even the suspected cases is less than 2%, 0.2% of the total population. It's about 0.15%. Mr. Speaker, I have already told this House, and with permission, I will read how we detected this spike. And that should give everybody the assurance that the ministry is on top of the issues. Mr. Speaker, to allay your fear, the Omicron variant is not any new virus. We've dealt with it before. And it has treatment. Mr. Speaker, the issue of how will our school children be going to school and all that, Mr. Speaker, for your information, it's a localized issue. it has not even gone beyond the borders of the university. Mr. Speaker, for your information, the surveillance indicates clearly, Mr. Speaker, the surveillance indicates clearly that even the adjoining districts, the adjoining constituencies have not detected cases. And we are keeping our eyes close on the situation. And we will update the country as and when it's possible. Mr. Speaker, permit me to read, and I quoted in the statement that I am proud to inform this House that the cases were detected through Ghana's influenza surveillance system and confirmed by the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research. This national network of sentinel sites operates across all the 16 regions. So, Mr. Speaker, I can assure you that we are closely monitoring the development, and as and when necessary, the Minority Chief Whip wanted to know the kind of support we are giving to the university. Mr. Speaker, we have determined to give the university whatever it takes to contain the virus without spilling out. And today, when I visited the campus, I sent PPEs, I sent hand sanitizers, and some of the requests they made that we didn't have. I have instructed the ministry to do the procurement to make sure that we contain the virus within the confines of the university. So be rest assured. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Honourable members, on behalf of the House, I thank the Minister for coming to brief the House about this very important issue. I intend not to make any consequential directive, but urge upon the Minister to take it as an advice and work appropriately to combat the situation. Yes, Majority Leader.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, we thank the Minister for attending upon the House to give us this briefing. I know that some friends on this side have whispered to me that even though the problem is a localized matter on the campus of University of Ghana, because of some relationships that they have on those campuses, they fear that the matter will be exported to their homes. Manage those relationships well. If you manage the relationships well, it will not create problems at home.
Honourable Leader, we have an urgent question standing in the name for the Minister.
Mr. Speaker,
once the Minister is here, we take that urgent question.
Mr. Speaker, I think, with your leave, if we can have the agreement itemized as 10B laid, then we can go to question time so that you can refer to the committee to be working on it whilst we are taking questions. So with your indulgence, Mr. Speaker, if you can vary the order of business and take 10B.
Very well. Minority Leadership.
Speaker, we will certainly have no option. But on a more serious note, we know those on this side who visit Legon at night. We know them. Especially the Chief Whip, we know them. Speaker, having said that, I have no objection.
Honourable members, we have the Minority Chief Whip and Majority Chief Whip. I have heard Chief Whip, so this should not cause any problem. It could either be minority or majority. So let's leave it like that. Honourable members, accordingly, let's vary the order of business to take item numbered 10B at commencement of public business. Yes. Minister for Finance. Yes, Majority Leader.
Finance agreement.
Mr. Speaker, The Minister for Finance is out of the jurisdiction. He's not even in the country. So, Mr. Speaker, I crave your indulgence and ask our counterparts on the other side to allow his deputy minister, who will stand in for him and then lay the bill, lay the agreement.
Yes.
Speaker, I am aware the finance minister traveled together with the road minister. They are back into the country. They are not back. Yes, but Mr. Speaker, why such a grave matter? Such a grave matter. Hey, IDA. IDA. 360 million. This is huge, oh. This one is huge. Okay, it's just delaying. Speaker, I will not object.
Yes. Item numbered 10B. Deputy Finance Minister, immediately.
Finance agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Minister of Finance, and the International Development Association, IDA, of the World Bank Group for an amount of $360 million United States dollars to finance the second Resilient Recovery Development Policy financing.
Honourable members, paper duly presented and it is for distribution, or it is referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and report. Yes, Majority Leader.
Yeah, we can go back to questions. Item 8.
Well, do we jump item 7 to 8? There is urgent question standing in the name of the Minister. Members, the Minister is here. Item numbered 7. Urgent questions. Standing in the name of Mumuni Mohammed Nuruddin, Member of Parliament for Narelugu Gambaga.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Health the state of the Disease Infection Center in Nalergo. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to thank the honourable member for this question regarding the status of Nalergo Infectious Disease Center. Mr. Speaker, the center in Nalergo was initiated as part of the government's strategic agenda to strengthen the national response to the COVID-19 pandemic. While the majority of COVID-19 related health infrastructure was funded through World Bank, the facilities at Nalergo, Sunyane, and Takoradi were financed through direct Government of Ghana budgetary allocations. Following the award of the initial contract, Mr. Speaker, the contractor regrettably failed to perform in accordance with the agreed terms and timelines. This necessitated the termination of the contract. At the time of termination, Mr. Speaker, the project was only at the substructure level. In line with the provisions of the Public Procurement Act, the Ministry engaged the Public Procurement Authority and obtained approval to proceed with the restricted tendering processes for the selection of a new contractor to continue the project. However, Mr. Speaker, despite the approval granted by the Public Procurement Authority, the procurement process could not be completed before the approval expired in February 2025. This delay was due to two fundamental reasons. One, post-termination technical due diligence had to be undertaken This included a comprehensive reassessment of the works executed by the terminated contractor, realignment of the project scope, and necessary redesign adjustment to meet updated technical, safety, and functional requirements. These processes require coordination with the Ghana Health Service and the project's technical consultant and took time to complete. 2. In accordance with the clause 15.2.6 of the conditions of the contract, the Ministry was required to address several closeout obligations with the terminated contractor. These included securing the site, recovering all contractors' documents, assessing the value of partially completed works as provided under clause 15.3, and resolving issues related to the handover of any goods and subcontracted works. These closeout processes were necessary to protect the interests of the employer and ensure proper documentation before engaging a new contractor. Mr. Speaker, I wish to assure this House that the Ministry has taken concrete steps to ensure the continuation of the project by including it in the 2025 capital investment budget. As part of the continuation effort, the Ministry is in the process of formally submitting a request to the Ministry of Finance for the issuance of a commencement certificate. This certificate will enable the Ministry to activate the procurement process and complete the project through a newly procured contractor. Mr. Speaker, we remain fully committed to the successful completion of the Naregu Infectious Disease Center and will take all the necessary administrative and financial steps to ensure that the project is completed and operationalized to serve the health needs of the people of Naregu and the surrounding regions. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, supplementary question.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the Minister, how soon should the people of Nalergo expect the Ministry to re-award the project to a new contractor? Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker, as soon as possible.
Yes, any further supplementary?
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I expect the soon to be very, very soon, so that the project will be completed very soon. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable members, this being constituency specific question, may we move to item numbered 8. Minister, we thank you very much for coming to brief the House and answer questions. Item numbered 8. Questions. 226, standing in the name of Duke Williams, Ellen Kwame Amokwata Oforiata, Member of Parliament for Fantiakwa South. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development why artisanal fisheries are not subject to the closed season for the benefit of spawning and increase in fish stock.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker, the marine artisanal fisheries play a critical role in the livelihoods of rural coastal communities and contribute to nutrition. Nearly 60% of the country's protein requirements come from fish, and also contributes to food security as well as the local economy. The annual closed season for the marine fishing fleet was instituted as one of the fisheries conservation management strategies. A management measure should have multiple objectives: conservation, social, and economic. The marine artisanal canoe fleet has been exempted from observing this year's closed season in accordance with the current government policy direction that aims to balance the multiple objectives and the needs of rural fishing communities with the sustainability of fish stocks. It is worth noting that the exemption does not negate the responsibility of fishers to comply with other traditional and statutory management measures. Marine artisanal fishers are required to observe traditional fishing practices, such as fishing holidays on Tuesdays or any other day, and comply with rules against IUU fishing under the supervision of regional fisheries officers of the Fisheries Commission, landing beach enforcement committees, and the respective metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies. The Fisheries Enforcement Unit will also play their role in monitoring and enforcement. These measures remain consistent with Ghana's long-standing fisheries management strategy aimed at replenishing fish stocks and ensuring the sustainability of the sector. Mr. Speaker, we wish to indicate that the government is exploring alternative conservation strategies that will holistically address emerging challenges confronting the sector, including the establishment of Ghana's first marine protected areas in the Greater Cape 3 Points area of the Hunter West municipality in the Western region to encourage spawning, protect marine biodiversity, and support resilience to climate change, strengthen co-management structures, enforcing gear restrictions, and intensifying monitoring and surveillance against illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. Similarly, Mr. Speaker, the government is strategically pursuing the integration of science and indigenous knowledge and traditional practices to promote sustainability, culturally appropriate management strategies, and community ownership and fisheries governance policy. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Any supplementary?
Mr. Speaker, I do not have a supplementary question, but a suggestion. Mr. Speaker, I am happy to learn of this new initiative in the agriculture development because I see it as doing three things: increase in stock, compliance with new protocols, and it is going to employ the local know-how, also employ the local experience, and also scientific trends. Mr. Speaker, this is a business opportunity. I would suggest that...
Honorable Member, once you don't have a supplementary question, the rules does not allow you to address the House.
Mr. Speaker, with your permission, Mr. Speaker...
I owe a fidelity to the rules.
Yes, please.
So with all due respect, so the floor is now open. Any other supplementary question? Yes, Honorable Kingsley Nyako.
Mr. Speaker, thanks for the liberty to ask a supplementary question. Flowing from the second paragraph, if you indulge me, I'll read some few lines. We wish to indicate that the government is exploring alternative conservation strategies that will holistically address emerging challenges confronting the sector, including the rest follows. Mr. Speaker, these words are comforting. At least we are being told that plans are afoot for this to be done. However, I would like to know from the Minister, Mr. Speaker, when are we seeing the actual commencement and also the time frame within which we expect these good ideas to be consummated? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for the supplementary question. It's a process, and a lot of research has already been done. I spent the whole of last week myself in each of the 22 fishing communities in the Hunter West municipality, engaging them about the need to set up the marine protected area. So we have to go through the process. We have to take a cabinet memo to cabinet, and we have to do the gazetting. We have about a month to declare the first marine protected area in Ghana. Thank you.
Yes, let's move to question number 228. Standing in the name of Seth Osei Akoto.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development about the immediate measures the Ministry is implementing to sanitize Ghana's fishing sector in light of the European Union's warning that Ghana faces a potential red card. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. In 2021, Ghana was issued a yellow card by the European Union after being identified as a non-compliant third country in the fight against illegal fishing activities. The government, through the ministry, has been engaging the European Union through the Ghana-European Union dialogue to address concerns raised through an action plan, periodic update reports, and validation exercises. We are happy to report that Ghana has made significant progress in resolving issues of concerns primarily related to lapses in regulatory framework, fisheries enforcement, and traceability. I am pleased, Mr. Speaker, to report that following my assumption of office, I have had the opportunity to engage His Excellency, the Ambassador of the EU delegation to Ghana, as well as the Director General of the European Union Commission's Director General for Maritime Affairs and Fisheries, and have reiterated the commitment of the government to carry on with the pending actions towards the reversal of the ban. A review of pending actions indicates that the enactment of the Fisheries and Aquaculture Bill with accompanying regulations remains critical to enhance fisheries governance. The Ministry has submitted the Fisheries and Aquaculture Bill 2025 to this August House, and this has been referred to the Parliamentary Select Committee on Agriculture, Food and Cocoa Affairs for their necessary attention. I am certain that this week or next week, the report of the committee will be taken in this House. I therefore appeal to my colleague honourable members to prioritize the review and passage of the bill when presented, since it is almost the only card left for the yellow card to be lifted. Right, Honourable Speaker, the government has not reneged on its efforts to strengthen and combat illegal activities. It is recalled that the Ministry in April 2025 suspended the licenses of 4 trawl vessels engaged in transshipment and other illegalities at sea, sending a clear message to operators on the unwavering commitment of the government to combat illegal fishing practices. Thank you for the opportunity to submit a response on behalf of the Ministry. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Honourable Minister, besides the enactment of the pending Fisheries and Aquaculture Bill, may I know whether there are some actions to reverse the ban? Thank you.
Well, he wants to know whether there are actions or steps being taken to reverse the ban.
The final decision for the ban to be repealed lies with the EU. We have done everything they have said we should do. The last bit that is left is the law. And the law is taking into consideration global trends, international laws, how to take care of our own fishers here in the country, and also ensuring that IUU goes down. We here have taken all necessary steps, including the suspension of 4 licenses. And so what is left is for us, this House, to pass the bill into law, and we believe that will be it, and the ban will be lifted. Thank you.
Any further question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am done.
Yes,
Mr.
Honourable
Speaker.
Member, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, please, I had a second question for the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture.
You have a supplementary question?
A second question, number 227.
So, yes, so I skip question number 227. So, yes, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development what support has been provided to promote inland aquaculture as an alternative livelihood for displaced food crop farmers in the Fanchakwa South constituency.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. As is the case, Ghana Fisheries has 3 main subsectors: marine, inland, and aquaculture. In a request for support, and we'll go through the normal processes to provide support as other MPs have done same. It is noted that in 2024, 64 youth and women from Fantiakwa South benefited from the Aquaculture for Food and Jobs program, receiving 300 bags of fish feed and 50 tarpaulin tanks. I hope those businesses went on well, and we are willing to come and support further. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any further question?
No supplementary questions, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Yeah, thank you very much. Honourable members, on your behalf and on my own behalf, I thank the Minister for attending upon the House and answering questions scheduled for him. Honourable Minister, you are discharged. Yes. Very well. Honourable members, we come to item number 10. 10A. 10AI. Yes, Majority Leader.
It's not coming. Report of leadership on the composition of the membership of the Pan-African Parliament.
Honourable members, the report has been duly presented. It is for the distribution to honourable members. Item numbered 10AII.
Report of the Auditor General on the public accounts of Ghana, public boards, corporations, and other statutory institutions for the period ended 31st December 2024.
Honourable members, the report has been duly presented. It is referred to the Public Accounts Committee for consideration and report. Item numbered 10III.
Report of the Auditor General on the accounts of district assemblies for the financial year ended 31st December 2024.
Report has been duly presented and it is referred to the Public Accounts Committee for consideration and report. Item numbered 10AIV.
Performance audit report of the Auditor General on the availability of fertilizers to smallholders farmers in Ghana.
Honourable members, the report is duly presented and it is referred to the Public Accounts Committee for consideration and report. Item numbered 10AV.
Performance audit report of the Auditor General on the provisions and maintenance of toilet facilities in public schools.
Honourable members, reports has been duly presented and it is referred to the Public Accounts Committee for consideration and report. Item numbered 10AVI.
Report of the Auditor General on the management and utilization of the District Assembly's Common Fund, DACF, and other statutory funds for the year ended 31st December 2024.
Majority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, just for your direction, you know, there are two types of reports. Here I see performance audit and then accounting audit. Now, when it is the accounts, how the money was spent, I think that will be the public accounts. But if it is the actual performance, where the toilets built, how the toilets performing, and etc., I want to believe that the sector committee might be the proper. So if it's about schools, education committee might be the best to be able to, look at that report and, inquire into it and report back to us, and not public accounts, committee.
Yes, Honourable Patrick Boma.
Speaker, this is not the first time such reports are being referred to the public accounts. So it's embedded in, I think, Article 187 of the Constitution, that such reports are referred to the Public Accounts Committee. Thank you.
Yes, I agree with you. The report of the Auditor General mostly are to the Public Accounts Committee.
Mr. Speaker, I think it's high time we reconsider how we do these things. It would be good that when it has to do with a particular sector, that the committee works with the Public Accounts Committee. I think it is better because the committee is the one that really approved the budget of the sector, knows that a certain number of toilets are supposed to be built, where they are supposed to be built, the principle guiding the siting, and etc. And so when the report comes in terms of performance of that task, and that committee is not the one reviewing to ascertain whether it is done in accordance with the approvals that they made, but then it goes to the Auditor General simply because he did auditing. I think that the effectiveness of it. So even if in the past we've always given all those things to the Public Accounts Committee, I think we should begin to vary to include the leadership of the sector committees.
Honorable Nitiwul.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to the work of the ministry, and their job is to look at the resources that Parliament has given. Of course, government has given through Parliament. In part, Parliament is the one that gives to the ministry to look at. So they do the oversight. Once you allow the Auditor General to go and have the audit and finish his work, he reports to Parliament. Auditor General literally reports to Parliament. So he reports, because I won't say he's an officer of Parliament, but he reports to Parliament. So once he brings his report, it should be a different committee that should really look at it and see whether the resources that were given, the infractions that were there, Auditor General has raised is correct or is not correct. I don't know how you want to get a committee itself that was doing the oversight and all this to go back and look at it again. I want you to look at this from that angle as well, because this one, they are looking at the Auditor General's report purely. It's not more the resources that were given, how it was used, even though that was raised by the Auditor General. So they are not looking at things outside what the Auditor General has raised. It's purely what the Auditor General has raised that they will look at. So if you get the committee itself to go back and sit down there, there will be a lot of conflict of interest. I think that the committee should be empowered to do oversight, enough oversight within the period before the Auditor General does his work. If we allow them to join the public accounts, we may be defeating what Parliament is supposed to stand for. I stand to be corrected, but I just wanted you to look at it from this angle as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Dapamoko.
Speaker, let me support my leader in this matter. Mr. Speaker, Article 187, referenced by my brother Yabuama, 187.2. Speaker, with your leave, it reads, the public accounts of Ghana and all public offices, including the courts, the central and local government administrations, of the universities and public institutions of like nature, of any public corporation or other body or organization established by an act of Parliament shall be audited and reported on by the Auditor General. Speaker, the matter raised by my leader is the effect that, in respect of the other reports regarding the accounts, Public Accounts Committee, which I've been a long-serving member, we are mandated to look at it. But the performance, Speaker, if you recall, the Honorable Comrade Donko used to fight this matter on the floor. So the performance audit reports don't go to public accounts. They go to the substantive sector committees. So he's always been fighting this matter. So I agree that it is time we streamline this. The performance audit is in respect of projects done, whether they've been complete, whether the funds are located.
How different is it from a performance report of the institution? We have the
Speaker,
performance report and then the performance audit.
Yeah, no, Speaker, the Constitution is very clear, because in 187.2 it speaks of the accounts. The accounts is about utilization of funds, but this one is about the utilization of projects, whether projects that have been initiated have been completed. Yes, I agree that projects strictly may also be classified, but the Constitution is very clear that the public accounts, it's about utilization of funds, budget allocation. But the performance audit is about projects. That is why, for instance, the PIAC, that is the Public Interest and Accountability, they have a separate report. What they do is that it's a team that goes around to see the funds that come from the ESLA accounts on the petroleum utilization, projects that Parliament is being told that is being undertaken. They go and audit the projects and see whether the project commenced, completed, the level of completion and all that. So I support his position that we need to refer these ones to the sector committees, but the Auditor General's report on the accounts is falls squarely in the domain of the public accounts. Speaker, because the Honorable Commander, if I may rehash, always fights this. And the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee is here. So, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, let me hear from the chairperson of the Public Accounts
Thank
Committee.
you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution one is very, very clear on reports that emanates from the Auditor General and the committee that is supposed to work on it. I don't think this is something we should belabor on. And then when you look at the standing orders, Order 229, duties of the Public Accounts Committee, pursuant, let me start from 3. Pursuant to Article 1872 and 5 of the Constitution, with your permission, please let me read. The Public Accounts Committee shall examine the public accounts of Ghana, showing the approximation and utilization of the sums granted by Parliament to meet the public expenditure of government and other accounts laid before it. Whether they are performance audits or not, they are all public expenditure of government. So it is very, very clear. I don't think this is something that, Mr. Speaker, we should argue about. The standing orders are clear, the Constitution is clear. Unless we want to review the Constitution, and then we can take it to the Constitutional Review Committee that the President has set up. But currently, the standing orders are clear, and the Constitution is also clear. So respectfully, Mr. Speaker, let us refer it to the appropriate committee, which the standing orders and the Constitution says is the Public Accounts Committee. Thank you very much.
Deputy Whip, before Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, just to add to what the chairperson of the Public Accounts said, the committees that the Majority Leader is referring to, even though they have oversight, they can go on walking visits, they can look at the reports, but that is oversight. But to say that they should be added to the public accounts, Mr. Speaker, you have oversight, and then there is a report, and now you are going to sit and preside over your own report and do what? So I think it is very clear that it should be referred to the public accounts, because it is a performance audit. And when the Auditor General finishes those performance, it's the public accounts that look at it, not the committees, because committees already have a performance oversight on it.
Honourable members, before making progress, let's look at Order 229(5). It states, for the expeditious consideration and reporting to plenary, the committee, that is the Public Account Committee, may have the following subcommittees. 1. Subcommittee on Educational Institution, which means that if the audit report relates to educational institution, it must be dealt with by the subcommittee on educational institution, not the education committee. Now, subcommittee on management and utilization of statutory funds, subcommittee on public accounts, subcommittee on performance audit and foreign exchange receipt and payment, subcommittee on monitoring and implementation, and any other subcommittee that the committee may determine. So if this is directly, for instance, under a committee responsible for education, why would the Public Account Committee set up a side committee responsible for educational institutions? Yes, Majority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, you know, as chairperson of the independent constitutional bodies, the Auditor General's office is within our purview. And I believe you were with me when we undertook a visit to the Auditor General's office. And we had a discussion there where the Auditor General explained to us that they are actually going beyond just financial audits to actual delivery audits. So, for instance, if a road contract is awarded and you are supposed to perform it up to a certain standard, the value that you are supposed to deliver it is because the Auditor General's office doesn't have capacity that they are unable to help us as a parliament to actually give us a report on value for money. But then when they build their capacity, they can actually go beyond just financial audits to actual performance of the contract, whether the building has been built up to the specifications, whether the quantum of cement, whether the roofing, whether iron rods, the electricals, whether everything has been done so that we can get the quantities that have been paid for. That is another level of auditing. It is because they don't have capacity that they haven't been doing that, and audits have been focusing on financial expenditure. Did you spend the money or not? Were the receipts, has it been receipted or not? And we all watch the work of the Public Accounts Committee, and it's all about financials. The money that was spent, was it spent? Have the receipts been provided? Has it been accounted for? And etc. Not whether value was attained. That is a higher level of auditing. And the point that I'm making is that when you look at our standing orders, it was designed with financial auditing in mind, not actual value delivery by the agencies. And I'm saying that when it comes to actual value delivery beyond the finances, the sector committees should be interested. But that is the point. The committees themselves don't have the levels of capacity that the Auditor General Office will have in terms of assessment of value delivered. So since the Auditor General's Office is actually a servant of Parliament, the Auditor General's Office is actually meant for Parliament to help us to audit and report to us so that we can then do our oversight using the information that they have provided. So I'm saying that going forward, when it comes to performance of ministries and not financial audits, I think when it comes to the performance, it should go to the sector subcommittees. And that is the argument that I'm making, that in this instance, these are performance-related reports. We should go to the committees. Yes, because you see, the Auditor General's report, my argument is there are two types of reports that they could present. The report on the finance, how the money was spent. Then there is also a report on the actual delivery of value. And I'm saying that the two are different. If it is the finances, the Public Accounts Committee is the one that should look at it. But if it is performance, I think that the sector committees should take it. Even if we don't want the sector committees to take it, I think the leadership of the sector committee should join the Public Accounts Committee so that they can see the extent to which actual delivery is taking place in their sectors. Otherwise, the Public Accounts Committee is sitting there. They were not involved in the debate. They were not involved in the analysis that went into the allocations to the various institutions. And so they don't get the kind of information that you get from an audit report to evaluate their own sectors. I hear you saying that they on their own should go to the field in pursuit of their oversight responsibility and find out whether the toilets were built and whether they were built up to standard and etc. That's what I hear you saying. And I'm saying that they could also be helped by the Auditor General having gone to the field, having seen the buildings, and now present a report to Parliament. The sector committee should have access to that report and participate in evaluating that report. That's my argument.
Honorable members, I always indicate that if the farm is not long, your water container must not be big. So this is not a matter that we should debate for a very long time. I am clear in my mind that the referral to the Public Accounts Committee is correct. So,
Mr. Speaker,
yes,
thank you.
Yes.
But I just wanted to correct some impression. I didn't say that. I said that the ministries prepare and present to Parliament performance reports. Those are referred to the committees. But any report that is coming from the Auditor General should be referred to the public accounts. We should not, it doesn't matter whatever it is. Once you allow, a ministry, you allow the Auditor General to come and send external auditors to audit you and bring the report to Parliament, it should be to the public accounts and let public accounts deal with it. But once the ministry prepares what we call performance reports, that has to go to the sector committees and they should do justice to it. So whether they want to see the toilets or what, it should reflect in the performance reports. They want to see the roads constructed or whatever, it should reflect in the performance reports. So that one is, the Auditor General public accounts has nothing to do with performance audits. And every ministry has to bring its performance audit here and lay it. And once you lay it, and normally you should lay it, not the ministers. Last week, some were late. It is referred to the appropriate committee, and the committee to do justice to it. But once you allow the Auditor General to present his report, if you make a mistake and refer it to the committee again, it will not be in order. We'll be introducing something we've never done as a parliament. But Mr. Speaker, I think your ruling is in order. Thank you very much.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, let's read Order 2293. Order 2293, Mr. Speaker, just for the exercise that we are involved in. Order 2293 says, pursuant to Article 1872 and 5 of the Constitution, the Public Accounts Committee shall examine the public accounts of Ghana, showing the appropriation and utilization of the amounts, money granted by Parliament to meet the public expenditures of the government and other accounts laid before Parliament. So accounts. Now you yourself, I listened to you. I don't know if you listened to yourself, but in your presentation you said that where it is a performance audit, it should go to the sector.
No.
This is, I heard him. He said it.
No, Honorable Yarga.
He said it. I paid attention. He said it. You can play the tape again. Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Yarga, what he said is that if it is a performance report,
yes,
then the performance report will go to the sector committee. But if it is the audit performance report, then the audit performance report should go to the public account. So there is a distinction between performance report and audit performance reports.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the point I'm making is that the Auditor General is now moving beyond just examination of accounts, and they are going into actual performance audits. What is the difference between a performance audit of the Auditor General and a performance report of the sector minister? Maybe I should be educated on that by people in the accounting field.
Yes, Honorable Former Minister, you have the floor.
So, Mr. Speaker, just to provide some information to help. For example, when you talk of the audit performance reports, a ministry, a department, or agency may be allocated an amount of money to, let's say, build a number of schools. The audit of the accounts will be to examine whether the accounting practices and principles that have been applied will represent what they call in auditing a true and fair view of what the situation may be. Then when it comes to performance, they will want to actually inspect and count and be sure that these schools have been built. They are both functions of audit. It is very different from the APRs, or the annual performance reports that are prepared by the ministries in conjunction with the NDPC, actually. The ministries don't just do them themselves. They do it in conjunction with the NDPC. And for those ones, they are focused on determining inputs, KPIs, outputs, impact. So you notice that those APRs are not exactly the same that the auditors prepare. Those are the ones that go to the sector committees, which the Honorable former Minister for Defense is referring to. But the audit ones, be they about the counting of the buildings or on the accounts, they are both to go to the Public Accounts Committee. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Our members, let's make progress. I think we've presented the papers. We'll finish with the A, and we have done the B. So, Majority Leader, are we doing the C?
Mr. Speaker, I think we can take a few statements that you have admitted.
Second Deputy Speaker should take the chair. Minority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we've had these two motions pending for over 2 weeks. Motion 16 and motion 15. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether, as the second deputy takes the chair, we are going to continue with the debate on motion number 16. As for that of 15, it hasn't been moved at all.
Well, regarding these two motions, I don't have a clear instructions from the Right Honorable Speaker. So maybe I'll have to confer
Very well
with him.
Mr. Speaker, but I pray that the clerk at table, will be minded by the urgency of these motions, as stated by Mr. Speaker himself, to draw attention, because media review will soon come. This matter is a nagging matter.
Honorable Leader, these are motions that he wants to take himself. So I believe appropriately he will do so.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with you, but yes. I'm saying that the clerk at table has a duty. This is not a matter really for you, though you've taken it upon yourself to pursue. Yes. But Mr. Speaker, it is your matter that we are appealing. And you are being very magnanimous by saying you remind Mr. Speaker. But it is the clerk at table who must remind Mr. Speaker to make time for this one. But Mr. Speaker, the motion 15, I don't think that one has any big problem at all. I don't know why our friends opposite are running away from this all-important motion. I don't know why they are running away, because the chief whip of the majority caucus seem not interested in this all-important motion that seeks to enrich the jurisprudence of this House. Mr. Speaker, this is a motion that you should take interest in. So I don't know why the avant-garde of government business appears not interested.
Minority Leader, with all due respect, are you aware the Speaker will want to take those motions himself?
Oh, Mr. Speaker, it is our duty as leaders to encourage that to happen. So I'm appealing to him. He has a duty.
But my question is not answered. Are you aware?
Mr. Speaker, the chief whip of government has a duty to work with the minority in approaching the Speaker. I'm a co-sponsor. Look at the motion. Look at the motion.
Honorable members, let's make progress.
The motion has joint applicants.
Let's have progress.
Well, Mr. Speaker, this is an important matter.
Yes.
It has delayed for over 2 weeks. So it's not a business of the House. I don't know why
Honourable
you guys
members.
are running away from these
Honourable
motions. You are
members.
running away from these motions.
Honourable members, we have two statements. One standing in the name of Honourable Patricia Apiaje, and the other one standing in the name of Honourable Emmanuel Kwesi Bejra. Statement on the International Day of Parliamentarianism, standing in the name of Honourable Emmanuel Kwesi Bejra, Member of Parliament for Ho West and Chairman of the OGP caucus in Parliament. Okay, very well. Then we have another one standing in the name of Honourable Patricia Apiaje. That statement by Honourable Patricia Apiaje calling for national support for the Black Queens ahead of the CAF Women's African Cup of Nations. Honourable Patricia Apiaje, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to draw Parliament and the nation's attention to our Black Queens, Ghana's senior women's national football team, who are currently in Morocco preparing for the upcoming Confederation of African Football Women's African Cup of Nations. Ghana's Black Queens embodies not only sporting talent, but also they are national ambassadors who display resilience, ambition, and gender equity. Mr. Speaker, whereas the Black Stars, Ghana's men's senior team, have traditionally enjoyed abundant physical and financial support, the same cannot be said of our Black Queens. The Black Queens have consistently delivered outstanding performances, often surpassing expectations, and have achieved remarkable milestones with meager resources in their international engagements. Mr. Speaker, it is important to emphasize that the Black Queens were the first senior national team to qualify Ghana for a FIFA World Cup when they earned their place at the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup in the United States. Mr. Speaker, this historic achievement preceded Ghana's Black Stars World Cup qualification in 2006. In the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, the Black Queens have been runners-up 3 times in 1998, 2002, and 2006, and have qualified for the tournament 12 times since its inception in 1998. Over the past year, the Black Queens built significant momentum, scoring 34 goals and conceding only 2, recording 10 wins in 11 matches and establishing themselves as a formidable force in African women's football. The team has recently demonstrated renewed focus and determination through preparatory friendly matches, securing a 3-1 victory over Malawi and a 4-2 win over Benin. These are not minor milestones. They are compelling evidence that when given the opportunity, our women excel beyond measure. These are not minor milestones. They are compelling evidence that when given the opportunity, our women excel beyond measure. Today, Mr. Speaker, we are privileged to live in an era where, for the first time in Ghana's history, the Vice President of the Republic is a woman. This is not just a symbolic.
Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Channel 1 TV. I am Inu Safo. Coming up, 107 out of 316 suspected cases of COVID-19 confirmed at the University of Ghana. Also coming up, President John Dramani Mahama reaffirms commitment to principled leadership while calling for a culture of accountability. Coming up in business, 24-hour economy secretariat working to eliminate discretionary exemption decision-making process. And later in sports, new Hearts evoke head coach Masood Didi Dramani eyes President's Cup triumph over Asante Kotoko. The details of our stories now. The Ministry of Health has reported that 107 out of 316 suspected cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed at the University of Ghana. The Omicron variant outbreak is attributed to the university's recent whole week celebration, where health safety protocols were not followed. Addressing Parliament, the Minister of Health, Minister Kando, says the cases are currently limited to the university community and those affected are recovering well.
As at now, 316 suspected cases, 107 of those cases have been confirmed as COVID-19. Fortunately, Mr. Speaker, there are no hospitalizations and, more importantly, no deaths. Mr. Speaker, so far, the outbreak is limited to the university community. It has not spread widely to other parts of Accra or the rest of the country. As I mentioned earlier, all confirmed cases are recovering well.
The Health Minister, Minister Kando, also announced measures to contain the spread on campus.
We are not stopping there. Additional steps underway include supporting Legon Hospital and Student Clinic with more resources, preparing the Ghana Infectious Disease Center to handle severe cases if any occur, holding face-to-face sessions with student bodies and faculty, providing more PPEs and training for frontline health workers, enhancing our data tracking in all health facilities, including mapping where cases are coming from, and continuing to test and monitor daily. Mr. Speaker, I want to assure Ghanaians that this is not a new virus, and we are not back to 2020. This Omicron variant has been with us before. It spread fast, yes, but it is mostly mild, and we know how to manage it. We have beaten back bigger waves before, and we can do it again.
President John Dramani Mahama has reaffirmed his commitment to principled leadership, calling for a culture of accountability, integrity, and humility in public service. He noted that those in authority must be held to the highest ethical standards and that true leadership prioritizes the needs of the most vulnerable. He emphasized that no one, including himself, is above the law. Addressing the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving on Tuesday, July 1, the president stressed that leadership is a duty to serve, not a license for personal enrichment.
Even the office of the president, which by the grace of God I now hold, is not above the law. Leadership must be grounded in justice, in honesty, and a reverence of God. If we want a just Ghana, we must be just in leadership. A nation's greatness is not measured by the heights of its skyscrapers or the size of its budget. The values of its people are the true measure of a nation's greatness. The virtues of courage, of honesty, of discipline, of sacrifice, and compassion are what really measure the greatness of any nation. It is in these quiet strengths that the true power of our country, Ghana, resides. It is through these virtues that we will rise and prosper.
His Eminence Cardinal Peter Kojo Turkson, a globally respected figure in Catholic leadership and peace building, has urged Ghanaians to look to their history as a guide toward unity, justice, and sustainable development. Delivering the sermon at the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving, Cardinal Turkson reflected on Ghana's current national challenges, stressing that the country is once again at a pivotal crossroads. The Tertiary Education Workers Union of Ghana has declared an indefinite strike effective Thursday, July 3. The action follows a directive from the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission allowing a rival union, TUC, to represent non-teaching staff on the governing councils of public universities, a move TUGH strongly opposes. The union had already issued a 7-day ultimatum to authorities, but says it received no satisfactory response. Chairman of the union's KNUST chapter, Charles Arthur, told City News that members will not back down until their concerns are fully addressed.
We have not had any update. We have learned from a grapevine source that the Minister of Education wants to meet with us this week. But today is Tuesday. As a national officer, we have not received any written or verbal information from you inviting us to a meeting. And therefore, our national executive, we have decided that God willing, Thursday, this coming Thursday on the 3rd July 2025, we are all assembled in Kumasi together with our members and declared an indefinite strike. The only thing that we have seen that the Labour Commission has written to GTEC to respond to our demands, our letter to them, which they copied, but we have not heard anything. Yet, as a result of that, we think that we have followed the law. It is enough. And then the members at this point think that there must be the strike.
Road and building consultant engineer Abdullahi Mahama has called on the government to urgently assess and address the state of weak buildings in the western region, especially in Takoradi, to prevent a potential disaster similar to recent incidents in Cape Coast. This follows the collapse of multiple buildings in Cape Coast within the central region, raising nationwide concern over structural safety. Speaking on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily, Engineer Mahama warned that Takoradi, particularly its coastal zones, could face similar tragedies if the government fails to act.
Central region and find out whether we have recorded any minor air tremor within the past 1 or 2 months.
Okay.
And those might also trigger. And then, like saying, what we have in the western region, government should now be proactive for what has happened in Cape Coast. Some presented like 5 buildings happening in about a week or so. Let's look at what is in the western region. The mayor of the Takoradi area and then the minister should also start to look at that there are so many poor buildings like similar to Cape Coast in Takoradi along the coast area that we start to do the structural integrity analysis. AESL is in Takoradi as well. And these are government institutions that maybe government should look for some lump sum, some budget, and then look at those areas so that we don't get anybody dying in Western region or another one in Cape Coast. You might be killing a president in the future.
Yeah. You're still watching Newsfeed on Channel 1 TV. I am Inu Safo. Still to come, government criticized over lack of policy direction to upgrade slums in Ghana. We'll tell you more shortly. Just stay.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked, welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Boku has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yendi, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed in
us.
You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. Based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadou airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV, where politics gets real.
The gentleman who is joining me today, I like to describe him as a true black star. He's a Master Sergeant of the U.S. Army, currently stationed in Korea, Mr. Samuel Amatiama, Master Sergeant Samuel Amatiama. Hello, let me give you the respect, soldier.
Wow, thank you. I like that.
So that's like half a tin.
No, let's add it in. There's some more. We're trying to make it rich because I know you're classy. You got to be rich. So based on that, we're going to add. Now I'm going to add something called the apple. Where's my apple juice right here?
Apple juice is here.
Why do I add the apple juice? Just to give it that apple flavor. I'm going to give you $100 bill.
Okay.
Hold on to that.
Okay.
This is what's going to happen. Anybody in the comments on social media, do you think it's going to be good with hair with the blue hair or the red hair? Those who want blue hair, just type in blue in the comments. Those who want the red hair, type in red in the comments. We're going to see who the winner is, and then you're going to choose one person yourself to come for the $100 bill. So we have the oil, just in case the butter doesn't work out, we use the oil, okay?
Okay.
Is it hot now?
Yeah, it's hot.
Okay. So I'm going to put a bit of the butter in there. Oh, good.
Okay.
Perfect. Could we swivel it around a little bit, not too much? In there, and it becomes more,
it works.
Easily accessible to all. Get some jollof.
No, I trust you, and we'll use tasty. Oh my goodness! Just when I thought you weren't going to come today.
Why wouldn't you want me to come?
Because you come and eat all my food. This is one of my favorite things, and then you're coming to eat it.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom, Kivo Pepper, and Lily Rice.
Welcome back to Newsfeed on Channel 1 TV. Let's bring you more stories. The Executive Director of People's Dialogue Forum, Farouk Brahima, has criticized the lack of policy direction to upgrade slums in Ghana. Recent data from the Ghana Statistical Service indicates some 4.8 million people live in slums, representing 30.8% of Ghana's urban population. The figure surpasses the global average of 24.7%. The Slums and Informal Settlements in Ghana report explained that households exhibit slum characteristics if it lacked access to improved drinking water, improved sanitation, durable housing, and sufficient living spaces. Speaking on the City Breakfast Show, Farouk Brahma called for a coordinated stakeholder approach to upgrade slums in the country.
These are issues that we will need to have a more frontal and coordinated approach to, get the policy running, get the districts to do that, and then I believe some education is required. But it is poverty, it is exclusion, it is about power, it's about what our elites want to see happening on the ground. And they use these kinds of basic service and lack of services to canvass for votes and elections and power. And you find politicians who would want to use, I will provide you water. It's so basic. And then they want votes because they will be providing you water or toilets. I'm sorry, but that is the problem. It has become one of the assets that politicians and elites use in the clientelist mood to get votes from the poor people. So keep them poor and continue to provide them some promises of giving them some water somewhere, and then they vote for you in return.
The Assistant Commissioner of Research and Policy at the Ghana Revenue Authority, Dr. Alex Combat, says the rollout of multiple taxes and price adjustments on July 1 is purely coincidental. Several fiscal measures, including the modified tax system for the informal sector, the extension of the plastic excise tax, 15% VAT on non-life insurance, and hikes in electricity and fuel tariffs take effect from today. Speaking on the City Breakfast Show, Dr. Combat noted that these policies have been in the pipeline for years, particularly after the lifting of the COVID-era tax reliefs.
It's purely coincidental. GRA has been preparing for these taxes for a very long time. You see, when you take the informal sector taxes, for instance, we had what we call the tax stamp. That was the stamps that were given to the informal sector players to be placed on their shops. It has been with us for a very long time. Unfortunately, when we had the COVID, there was suspension of the tax. And then I think 2021, 2022, thereabout, it was lifted. So 2022, up to date, it has been education, trying to educate people on the modified taxation. So when the suspension was lifted, we decided not to collect the tax in the traditional way. So we decided to do the modified taxation, which I've just explained. So for the past 3 years, it has been education. So this is the right time that we say we can actually implement the tax.
The People's National Party has petitioned the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II to intervene in what it describes as a politically motivated attempt by President John Dramani Mahama and the National Democratic Congress to remove the suspended Chief Justice, Justice Araba Gertrude Tokonu, from office. According to the party, the process leading to the suspension of the Chief Justice and the impending deliberate attempt to remove her make it an abuse of power and political witch hunt. Addressing the media after submitting the petition, the leader of the People's National Party, Janet Nabla, accused the Mahama administration of a deliberate attempt to take control of the three arms of government.
We have come to Ministerial to present a petition to Otumfuo because of what is happening with the Chief Justice issue. We see what the NDC, John Mahama administration, whatever they are doing to the woman as an abuse of power. And we think that since all protocols are no longer working, our justice system has become an annex of political parties, we decided that we will come to Ministerial Palace because we know that our tradition has already shown us. They were there before this democracy we inherited came along. So if our democracy is not working, we will go back to our roots and ask the chiefs, who are the custodians of the land, to tell the Mahama government, who is just renting part of the land to operate, to call him to order.
World Vision Ghana has disassociated itself from a fraudulent loan scheme that has been operating in its name and engaging in financial fraud. Addressing the media, the organization's Director for Strategy and Integrated Programs, Joshua Baidu, assured the public that World Vision does not charge for any of the services it provides.
We have no association with this fraudulent scheme. And World Vision, as part of our operations, does not take any charge or fee on the services we render to most vulnerable children, their communities, and family. To this end, we have issued press releases to various media houses, informing them how to deal with such situations in case they come across any of this misinformation.
This is Newsfeed on Channel 1 TV. Up next is Business with Netelinete Ajaho. Hi, Natalie. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. 24-hour economy?
Yes.
What's happening there?
They are assuring businesses, especially those in the private sector, they're going to streamline their incentive regime to ensure that more of them can participate within the policy.
Tell us more.
Okay. The 24-hour Economy Secretariat is working to eliminate discretionary decision-making in the granting of exemptions as part of efforts to attract meaningful private sector participation. According to the Secretariat, plans are underway to establish clear, objective criteria that businesses must meet in order to qualify for such exemptions, ensuring transparency, predictability, and a high-level playing field for all investors. Abdul Nasser Alidu, Head of Strategy and Programs at the Secretariat, disclosed this during a presentation ahead of the official launch of the 24-hour Economy and Accelerated Export Development Program. He noted that the move is part of a broader strategy to foster investor confidence and streamline incentive regimes to better align with Ghana's industrial transformation agenda.
We're proposing certain incentives that ensure that we are directing investment into the value chain that we want to focus on, and also ensuring that it's easier for people to succeed over there. Part of what we are doing with those proposals, incentives proposal, is to remove discretion. Because if you take a look at the exemptions law in Ghana today, there's so much discretion, which means you apply and somebody has to decide if you get it or not. One of the things we want to do is to ensure that if there's clarity on what you need to do to enjoy these exemptions, you don't need to go and apply to anybody. You just need to know, if I do A, B, C, D, it accrues to me. Remove that discretion and make it very clear for people to know what to do.
The Ghana Cocoa Monitor has officially been launched as part of efforts to streamline and strengthen sustainability policies within the country's cocoa sector. The initiative is expected to serve as a platform for building consensus on key interventions while promoting transparent coordination of all sustainability activities. The Ghana Cocoa Monitor also aims to address persistent challenges in the cocoa value chain, including low farmer incomes, child labor, and the growing threat of illegal mining on cocoa farmlands. Speaking on the sidelines of the launch, the European Union Ambassador to Ghana, Ikad Razali, stressed the importance of sustainability and traceability in securing continued access for Ghana's cocoa to the EU market.
The diseases which are affecting the cocoa farm, sometimes the child labor, and as I said, traceability will be key in Ghana, and I would like to mention in Côte d'Ivoire as well, because this is something we are doing in Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire, the two largest producers of cocoa, to ensure better sustainability when it comes to the production, when it comes to the revenue of the farmers, and when it comes as well to the preservation of the environment. Because this sustainability, this traceability will ensure that the cocoa from Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire continues, as it is today, to be accessing the European market, which by far is the largest market.
And that's all for business. I am Netelinete Ajaho.
Up next is sports with Bernard Abekuatri. see the Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko, it still exists.
Of course. Of course, they are the two biggest traditional clubs we have in the Ghana Premier League, and there's a President's Cup, and the President decided to choose Hearts and Kotoko for that ceremonial game to honor him.
But Asante Kotoko is winning, but give us the details.
That's great. Let's get into it, shall we now? Accra Hearts of Oak officially unveiled Masao Didi Dramani as their new head coach ahead of the President's Cup on Sunday, July 6 at the Accra Sports Stadium. The former Asante Kotoko boss is set to face his old club, where he previously guided them to 2 Ghana Premier League titles in between 2012 and 2014. We have more in the following report.
After leading Kumasi Asante Kotoko to 2 Ghana Premier League titles between 2012 and 2014, Masao Didi Dramani has returned to top flight management, this time with their arch rivals, Accra Hearts of Oak. His appointment comes with high expectations, as many anticipate he will restore the Phobians to the summit of Ghanaian football by delivering silverware. Dramani has signed a 2-year deal with Accra Hearts of Oak and will require full support of the club's board to achieve success on the pitch.
We are entering a new phase of Accra House of Folk, where we believe that the results must show, where we believe that the trophies must come as it was before. And so, like the continental club master that we are, we believe this new season that we are going into, starting from Sunday, where we are playing the President's Cup.
Speaking on behalf of the supporters, Kobe Jones assured Didi Dramani and his technical team of their unwavering support throughout the upcoming season.
We met the board and management, and they made it clear to us that next season our target is to win the league. I believe maybe you've been communicated to that effect that we want to win the league next season. For us, the supporters, we've also resolved to support the board, the management, and you, your technical staff, because we have that confidence in you, and we think that you can do it. We do everything possible to support you.
Didi Dramani takes over a Hearts of Oak side that finished 4th last season under former coach Abubakar Ouattara, with many football fans expressing dissatisfaction over the quality of the playing squad. According to Dramani, he intends to strengthen the team and raise it to the standard he envisions ahead of the new campaign.
Something should have happened. But that is not what is in team building, that is not what it is. There's always a learning process in every failure of football development. And so all the past years that things didn't go on the way everybody expected, but there have been a lot of gains. The gains that we see is that progressively the team have been putting in something. And
Oh, let's talk about other stuff. Arsenal completed the signing of Kepa Arrizabalaga as a free agent after the goalkeeper's contract at Chelsea expired. Kepa was a £92.6 million. That's $1 million world record signing for the goalkeeper when joining Chelsea from Atletico Bilbao in 2018, and went on to win the UEFA Champions League, the Europa League, and the Club World Cup during his 7 years at the club. But he spent long periods of his time at Stamford Bridge as a backup and leaves after loan spells at Bournemouth and Real Madrid over the past 2 seasons. But that's the very latest from the world of sport, and I am Bernard Abekoche.
And that's it for Newsfeed on Channel 1 TV. I am Inu Safo. Many thanks for watching.
It's a brand new week. Hello there and welcome to Trending Africa with me, Samuel Akom. On all social media platforms, I am at the Samuel Akom. Trending Africa is a show where we take you through the African continent to bring you stories that are making the headlines. What stories are trending? Let's go for a quick break. When we return, we will check those stories out. Please do stay. Don't go anywhere.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
For social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Welcome back from the quick break. This is still Trending Africa with me, Samuel Akom. On all social media platforms, I am at the Samuel Akom. Let's begin the episode from Nigeria, where President Bola Tinubu has signed into law 4 tax reform bills. And according to the president, this became necessary to ensure that the economic recovery the country has been longing for is brought about. The announcement was made on Thursday at the presidential villa, where state officials and governors attended. Trust TV News' reporter has more for us.
The 4 bills, the Nigerian Tax Bill, the Nigerian Tax Administration Bill, the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill, were passed by the National Assembly after extensive consultation with various interest groups and stakeholders. Tinubu explained that the reform will go beyond streamlining tax code, as the reform are meant to deliver the first major pro-people tax cuts in a generation.
At the end of the day, what you must land with is the hope to develop the people and show the right character towards the destination. We are in transit. We have changed the road. We have changed some of the misgivings. We have opened the door for new economy.
Addressing reporters, the chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zach Adedeji, said the new tax regime will begin on January 1st, 2026.
Through the assent of Mr. President, we are now Nigeria Revenue Service, which is expanded scope to also focus on non-tax collection, increase efficiency, and actually merge as a source, as the implementer of all other major tax that we have.
They broaden the tax base and in a fair and equitable manner, as well as promoting voluntary compliance by taxpayers. As we know, for decades, the tax architecture has been constrained. We've had a low revenue return from tax, just above 10% of GDP. And as well, what I would call a sub-optimal tax administration system.
Many did not know that by the time you took office in 2023, Nigeria was on life support. We're using about 98% of the daily revenue of this country for debt servicing, and almost 90% was on oil subsidy. And so Nigeria was heading to the brink of collapse. When you came and you said that God brought you for a time like this, and you are prepared to ensure that Nigeria was saved.
The new tax bill introduced by the Tinubu administration had been enveloped in widespread controversy and sparked scathing criticism and stiff opposition from many, including some governors who believe that some states won't be able to pay staff salaries if some section of the bill make it into law. However, the presidency and the National Assembly said stakeholders had been engaged across the country and the fears of the governors had been allayed.
Let's do some more stories now. And so in Nigeria, the House of Representatives is currently probing the ongoing killings in Benue State. This follows a motion of state of emergency filed by its representative decrying the June 14 incident that led to the killing of several people, as well as the displacement of thousands of individuals and destruction of properties. The following report has more.
The spate of violence in Benue State once again took center stage at the House of Representatives, with lawmakers condemning the attack on the Alwata community, which left several dead, many displaced, and properties destroyed. The House resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the persistent crisis. Relief agencies, including NEMA and the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, were urged to deploy immediate assistance.
Concerned that the scale of the crisis requires immediate and coordinated intervention to prevent further loss of lives and to provide adequate support for the displaced persons affected in the community.
In a related development, the House declared the Ikene Shagamu Remo North Federal Constituency seat vacant following the death of Adewumi Onanuga in January. The by-election is expected to be conducted by INEC.
This vacancy is as a result of the death of Honorable Onanuga Adewumi Oriyomi on Wednesday, 15 January 2025, which was announced in the House plenary. She was a member of the All Progressive Congress.
Meanwhile, the House approved a 1.132 trillion naira budget for the Nigerian Customs Service for the 2025 fiscal year. The approval followed the adoption of a report presented by the Committee on Customs and Excise. The report also calls for the end of illegal collection of certain fees by customs and urges the reintroduction of excise duties on telecom services and single-use plastics.
The sum of 1,700,488,214,675 naira for cover based on a 4% FOB.
Not backed by any known law of Parliament. So if it's not backed by law, do we need to actually ask them to stop collection of something that is not backed by law?
Us now for flogging it that why, for something that is not backed up by law, that why are they still introducing it? And those that they were paying ab initio before now, they say they are no longer existing. We are not part of the committee. And the committee chairman, by this resolution, I think what this House should do is for us to even support and back him up.
Recommendation 1 to 8 and recommendation 9 as amended of the report.
In another resolution, the House extended the implementation period for the capital components of the 2024 budget from June 30 to December 31, 2025. The move was formalized through the 2024 Appropriation Act Amendment Bill.
To further extend the capital components of the Act from 30th June 2025 to 31st December 2025 and for related matters HB 22404.
To further extend the capital components of the Act from 30th June 2025 to 31st December 2025 and for related matters. And in so doing, has approved the following clauses, clauses 1 to 3, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill.
Also passed was a bill seeking to amend the Nigerian Police Trust Fund Act. The amendment aims to extend the lifespan of the fund to enhance the training and capacity of police personnel. The bill mandates the fund's trustees to submit an annual budget to the supervising minister no later than June 30 each year.
Lastly, in Nigeria, the Daily Trust Foundation and Makantha Foundation have concluded a 3-day intensive training for journalists within Abuja. According to these organizations, this became necessary to ensure that journalists get the necessary ethical, professional, and digital skills needed for their work. Trust TV News' Abdullahi has more for us.
The 3-day training focused on broadcast and digital production aimed at boosting the knowledge and the skills of participants. Some of the journalists who attended expressed optimism that the training will enhance their capacity and improve their professional careers.
I am actually going to put it into most of my documentary work and report I'm going to do, especially the tools in editing, apart from the CapCut that we normally learn and the Adobe Premium that we normally learn, and also in posting, social media posting, how to tag and also how to make use of the hashtag and trending topics to engage our audiences.
The good thing that I learned here is about the safety during reporting in conflict zone, and it has actually helped me to understand how you should prepare yourself or gear yourself before approaching a conflict zone.
Resource persons at the workshop emphasized the importance of such capacity building initiatives, noting that they play a vital role in helping journalists deliver more impactful work.
Organizing this training program for journalists is so important because it helps journalists to gain more skills, get more knowledge, and know how to execute their jobs better.
If you don't learn new skills, if you don't get reminded of those things, then there's no way you can maximize your potentials as a journalist. As a journalist, you are only, as a reporter, for example, you are only as good as your previous report, as your last report. So if you don't equip yourself with some of those skills, or you don't avail yourself of those opportunities, then you will never grow.
One of the organizers, Theophilus Abba, urged participants to put their newly acquired knowledge into practice to advance the quality of journalism in Nigeria.
Learning should not be ignored. They have to engage in continuous learning. In this dispensation, a lot of tools are coming up. A lot of tools for broadcast, tools for social media amplification, tools for writing. All of them are coming up, making the job better and easier. So they need to learn how to use these tools in such a manner that it will aid their jobs, improve the quality of their job.
The workshop not only improved the technical and the creative abilities of attending journalists, but also underscored the importance of continuous learning in the media profession. As participants return to their newsrooms, the insights gained are expected to foster higher standard in reporting, innovation, and ethical storytelling, ultimately benefiting Nigeria's media landscape and its audience. At the end of the training, participants were awarded certificates in recognition of their active participation and commitment throughout the workshop. Abubakar Abdullahi Galadima, Cross TV News, Abuja.
This is still Trending Africa with me, Samuel Akom. On all social media platforms, I am at the Samuel Akom. Let's go for a quick break. When we return, we'll be heading to Ghana, where the embattled Chief Justice held a press conference to raise one or two issues. And shortly after, the government responded. What was this response? Let's go for a quick break. When we'll come back, we'll check it out. Please don't go anywhere.
Curious about what's happening beyond your borders? Beyond Borders takes you there. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., join Caleb Kuda as he explores the stories that shape our world, connecting you with Ghanaians in other cultures and seeing the world through their eyes.
So we've learned one thing: you leave your shoes outside. Wow.
Tuesdays, I won't go to Ghana dressed in a Lacoste.
As director of operations.
From international politics to the human stories that define nations, Beyond Borders brings you a fresh perspective of Ghanaians around the world, one conversation at a time. Beyond Borders with Caleb Kuda airs Wednesdays at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome back from the quick break. This is still Trending Africa with me, Samuel Akom. On all social media platforms, I am at the Samuel Akom. Let's now head over to Ghana. And in Ghana, students of St. Francis Xavier Junior High School in Yape are currently studying in an overcrowded environment since they have inadequate infrastructure. A visit by Channel One News revealed that some of the students, due to the overcrowded nature, have to resort to sitting on molded blocks to study. The following report has the rest of the story.
The headmaster of the school expressed concern over the situation. He explained that a classroom originally designed to hold 45 students now accommodates as many as 83, making effective teaching and learning extremely difficult.
We have about 3-4 sitting on one desk, so we are forced to arrange other materials or other items for them to be able to get themselves seated and able to listen. We are suggesting, or we are pleading, that if the authority that be could provide us another block, another 3 classroom block, that will help us to be able to ease the situation.
Idi Camille, the assembly member for the Yape electoral area and presiding member for the Central Gonja district, also acknowledged the issue. He noted that not only are the classrooms too small, but they also lack basic furniture. However, he commended the Parents Teachers Association for their continued support in addressing some of the school's challenges.
In fact, the PTA of this school are doing so well. They are supporting the school. Hadn't it been so, maybe we would have come here and wouldn't get furniture at all. And so we are calling on any organization that can come to support this school should do it and do it now.
Some students who spoke to Channel One News appealed to the government and relevant stakeholders for assistance. They said learning in such congested classrooms, especially during hot weather, is both uncomfortable and demoralizing.
We have insufficient chairs. When during studies, we find it difficult to concentrate on the teacher because we would like 4 or 3 students will be sitting on one chair, and you will not be comfortable on sitting on the chair. And during this, the students they will not be concentrating on what the teacher is teaching.
Let's stay in Ghana, and the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo is pushing back against calls for her resignation. During a press briefing in Accra, she indicated that the current proceedings seeking her removal is unfair, unjust, and dangerous for Ghana's democracy. Channel One News' Hansen Ajuman attended and brought us this report.
Suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo says the move to remove her from office undermines the Constitution and threatens the independence of the judiciary. Speaking at a press conference, she explained her decision to speak out publicly, citing 4 key reasons: the historic nature of the case, its implications for other constitutional office holders, rising legal irregularities, and pressured her to step aside. Justice Torkornoo also revealed that her legal team has filed for a judicial review at the High Court, aiming to halt the ongoing process. She claims the proceedings led by the Justice for One Committee have been marred by procedural lapses. Among her concerns are her legal counsel was allegedly ignored on the opening day because she wasn't physically present, even though her lawyer was in attendance. She says subsequent hearing dates and decisions were made without her legal team's input. She also raised red flags over the committee's decision to excuse 2 petitioners, Daniel Fori and the group Shining Stars, from testifying, which she argues denies her right to cross-examine them.
The committee has gone on to permit 2 of the petitioners, Mr. Daniel Ofori and Shining Stars, not to testify at all or present what case they brought to them at the hearing. The committee has refused to allow me to go into the hearing with any family member.
Another key concern is the venue. Hearings are being held in a restricted area on Castle Drive in Osu, rather than a judicial facility. She believes the location and the closed-door nature of proceedings create an atmosphere of intimidation.
He was my uncle and my guardian when I entered the University of Ghana in September 1980. I was also living with him at the time he was abducted and murdered. Was Edu Lodge chosen for my inquiry to make me feel insecure? I think so. And I continue to hold the view that there's no reason why a judicial hearing is being conducted behind the high walls of Edu Lodge.
The suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono says proceedings at the Justice Permanent Committee have been nothing but a disregard for the rule of law and the rules of natural justice, and she finds it prudent to bring these violations to the attention of the Ghanaian populace because of the relevance and essence of these proceedings being novel in her own opinion. But she's insisted that she would subject herself through the process, she would not resign, and she would use every means possible to determine that the allegations against her are nothing but untruth. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Hansen Ajeman.
Let's stay on this particular issue because shortly after the press conference by the suspended Chief Justice, the government also held a press conference where it refuted allegations that the current proceedings seeking the removal of the Chief Justice is as a result of a political grant scheme. Presidential correspondent Akusia Ochre has more for us.
Raising concerns over what she terms as a clear violation of the rule of law, the Chief Justice has leveled serious allegations against the process aimed at her removal, describing it as a calculated effort designed to oust her. But government spokesperson Felix Kwachiofosu has dismissed the claims, insisting that the president has acted in full accordance with the constitution since the process commenced.
All those who have commented on the matter, including her ladyship, the Chief Justice, have been unable to point to any specific provision under Article 146 that the president has been in breach of. Her ladyship, the Chief Justice, all but insinuated that there was some political agenda at play to oust her, and that this whole process is the result of sin. Let me place on record, without fear of contradiction, and let me be clear that no such political agenda exists.
The government defended the use of the Edu Lodge site, long associated with the dark chapter of Ghana's history involving the abduction and murder of 3 High Court judges, as the venue for the Chief Justice's hearings.
Yes, it is close to the Osu Castle, which used to be the former seat of government. As I speak, there are government agencies that operate there. So it is a public place. The Osu Castle is a public place. You can go there to conduct official government business. Beside it are private residences owned by Ghanaians who move freely in and out of their residence, even though they are situated very close to the Osu Castle. So the impression that a facility in the vicinity of the Osu Castle necessarily makes it intimidating or foreboding is completely misplaced. It is unfair. It is not justifiable. Now, Edu Lodge is a state facility which is often used to house high-ranking officials who visit the Republic of Ghana. It belongs to the state. The decision to use that place was not that of government or President Mahama. The committee requested that they needed facilities of a certain status that could house their activities and that could facilitate a smooth running of the proceedings.
The spokesperson also notes the government welcomes the Chief Justice's decision to seek judicial review at the High Court.
If the law says that this process must be held in camera, the president has no choice than to act in ways that respect this. And I believe the committee is also respecting it at this. Indeed, the Constitution does not allow for commentary on the substance of the allegations. She is entitled to do so, and we encourage her to avail herself of any opportunity there is to vindicate her rights.
And lastly, in Ghana, students of the University of Ghana have expressed mixed feelings following the confirmation of resurgence of COVID-19 on campus. While some students are currently adhering to the safety protocols instituted by the school's management, some are saying they believe this is a ploy against recreational activities on campus. Channel 1 News' Fauzi Masaudu visited the scene and came through with this report.
When the World Health Organization declared an end to COVID-19 as a public health emergency in 2023, many Ghanaians felt a sense of relief. Terms like quarantine, lockdown, and Veronica bucket gradually disappeared from everyday vocabulary, but concern is rising again as the University of Ghana confirms a resurgence of the virus on campus.
But then I'm just concerned as a student now that they said COVID is back to campus. Am I going to, they are cancelling some of the social activities, but lectures are still going on. What about the lectures? Are there no social activities and all that?
As part of containment measures, the university has suspended all social gatherings except lectures and reactivated its COVID-19 protocols.
Those are the measures that are put in place to prevent the spread of the disease. So it's a good idea. Yes.
Some students, however, remain skeptical. They argue that the reported resurgence is being used as an excuse by authorities to curb social events, especially amid ongoing Hall Week celebrations.
They are lying. I think they want to cancel the enjoyment on campus. Yeah, that's what.
They want to cancel what?
Yeah, they just want to find a way to cancel the enjoyment on campus. Yes, that's why.
Which enjoyment?
See, the Hall Weeks, departmental weeks and things, yeah.
That's why. So you don't believe them?
Sure.
So as a student, you are not concerned, you don't fear that COVID is indeed on campus?
Oh no.
Member of Parliament for Central Tongue and a member of Parliament's Health Committee, Alexander Roosevelt, has endorsed the university's response so far, commending it as proactive and necessary.
Let me first use the opportunity to thank the authorities of the University of Ghana for being very proactive by banning social gathering and other things. That is the way to go in the first place. And you know my government to be a very proactive government. The information has gotten to the health authorities. They are taking some steps to make sure that that situation is nipped in the bud. We as a health committee will very soon join hands with them to see what we can do about it.
Although Ghana has recorded a sustained decline in COVID-19 cases for over a year, the Ghana Health Service, through its partnership with the Noguchi Memorial Institute, is maintaining active surveillance under the country's integrated influenza and COVID-19 monitoring program. The service has reiterated that while COVID-19 is no longer a global health emergency, localized and sporadic outbreaks should still be expected. Despite the reported cases being mild and with no confirmed hospitalizations, nose masks usage and compliance with safety guidelines are once again visible across the University of Ghana campus.
For one, I was called on to take care of myself and then maintain some of the protocols early this morning from the health directorate. So I think if they continue calling them, they might adhere to the protocols. Yes.
And aside wearing the nose mask, what measures are you personally taking?
Okay, after class, I make sure I wash my hands before I touch everything. Yeah, that's what I would do.
This may ring a bell. We know how to bring the economy back to life. What we do not know is how to bring people's lives back. A statement by former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo summing up the then administration's effort in mitigating the cascading effects of the COVID-19 pandemic amid its resurgence at the University of Ghana. Calls have intensified about the current administration's readiness in tackling the issue in case of any eventuality.
I can assure you that Bahama government is always prepared for anything. We are prepared. You know, we handled Ebola before and it didn't get anywhere. He was then the ECOWAS chairman and he handled it in the sub-region and nothing went untoward came to pass. So this one, you know him, he's a very proactive person. We don't have any fears at all.
COVID-19 has in recent times been the worst enemy to humanity, and for the general public, nipping its resurgence at the University of Ghana in the bud should be non-negotiable. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Fauzu Masaudu, University of Ghana, Accra.
That's all we have for you on this week's episode of Trending Africa with me, Samuel Akom. On all social media platforms, I am at the Samuel Akom. See you same time next week for another interesting episode. Bye-bye.
Finally, I see your face. Finally, ooh, oh my days. Hey, I've been out here looking for you for days. Ooh, I just want to say, everybody, let's do this. My head, you there for my head. I know fit to recess. I know fit to connect to waiting day. Your car, say make a defend. I know fit to defend. If you need for play defense, yo. I want to comfort myself, I can't. I fall for you, down flat. I fall for you, down flat, you. Now who don't know, go know you bad. I swear I see where you bad. I swear I see where you bad, yo. Oh yeah. Yeah, you should know. Yeah, you should know. Yeah, you should know. Don't do me long thing, something wicked day for your body now. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. I live for the mountain waiting for so long. Oh no, 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 no. My head, you did for my head. I know fit to reset. I know fit to connect to waiting day. Your back, say make a defend. And I know fit to defend. If you need for play defense, yo. Ajay, Monica, don't be today. Hey, hey, I'm a fa. Me and you done they fight, don't tell. I don't go pursue, man. I go change my ways. I go reduce the atopa. I don't go do it again. Oh, baby, if you leave me, yawa go day. Okoko go pay. Baby, yawa go day. But baby, if you leave me, yawa go day. Okoko go pay. Baby, yawa go day. Only you go to talk better. You know be a proof fool. Cassava for two. This is how I used to do. Only you go to jump better food. You know be a proof fool. Cassava for two. Baby, off for you. Monica. Oh my baby, forgive oh. I don't go do it again. Oh, I don't go do it again. Oh my baby, forgive oh. I don't go do it again. Oh, see, baby, I don't get excuse. Everybody do kung fu. You know, say we no love be fine. Hey. She do me 1 by 2. Hey. When I'm acting alcohol, now you shaki out. My uncle they turn, I don't they follow. Now you catch me. If you leave me, now I go day. Okoko go pay. Baby, now I go day. My baby, if you leave me, now I go day. Okoko go pay. Baby, now I go day. Alright. Fellow Carbonites, we are going to form one single line, arms forward stretch for the next song. Cause this one is an original from the band Chichim. And we call this one Kwanso. We've been on the road since Sunday. So we need one logo line like that. One logo. Thank you, TJ. That's right, let's do this. One logo line like that. One logo line. One logo. Hey, on the left, that's right. On the left, that's right. simple. So this is the official anthem now for the Heritage Caravan. Benam Paiso, Beba Odem, Benam Paiso, Beba Odem, my time me at you, Beba Odem, my time me at you, Beba Odem. Everybody, let's go now. Benam Paiso, Beba Odem, Benam Paiso, my time, Beba Odem, my time me at you, Beba Odem, my time me at you. Are you ready? Alright, let's do this. One finger in the air like that, like that, like this, like that. Hey, one finger in the air, one finger in the air. Let's go. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, let's try. One finger in the air now. Hey, one finger in the air now. Say, one finger in the air. Hey, one, two, young boy. Ben I'm fine so. Hey, babe out there. Ben I'm fine so. Hey, babe out there. My time me at you. Babe out there. My time me at you. Babe out there. Ben I'm fine so. Babe out there. Ben I'm fine so. Babe out there. My time me at you. Babe out there. My time me at you. Babe out there. Yeah, yeah. So that you put no more, man, I'm fine so riba. I'm put that you go more. So take me, can be a put my time me at you. Ain't it coming so? Oh yeah. That you want to see, and mama got it. Ain't it that? I want to I said that that is a what say me can. I say me kwa me ba me kwa me so. And I want to do I say that that is a what say me can. Hey cha what I me ba. Ben I'm fine so. Aji. Babe out there. Ben I'm fine so. Babe out there. My time me at you. Babe out there. My time me at you. Babe out there. Ben I'm fine so. Babe out there. Ben I'm fine so. Babe out there. My time me at you. Babe out there. My time me at you. Babe out there. Twinkle, my beauty star. How I wonder what you are. Like a diamond on my. I want to come right now. Twinkle, my beauty star. How I wonder where you are. Push me, boss, and to be a woman. One more chance, I feel my better. Me, why is she Uja? Yeah, Uja. Benya Soko Uja. Yeah, Uja. It will be now, Shammy. Other way when he's up. It's my check my pretty. Ben I'm fine so. Babe out there. Ben I'm fine so. My time. Babe out there. My time me at you. 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 Babe out there. That's it. She Ucha, yeah, Ucha, Benya Soko Ucha, yeah, Ucha. Alright, let's go. Alright, so we are going to do the Lumba dance. All the Lumba dancers, let's try. Give it to me. Right, give it to me. Give it to me. Many ma di de day, the best one me deal. Many ma di de day, the best one me deal. That's right. Give it to me now. 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 Look who I see you. Hey, them say hustle, hustle for the paper. Small boy they hustle and somebody want the later. Check. I just feel baby the baby, so how we go make 'em? When you my eye, man say me deal. Hey, hey. Yeah, brap brafeni, a canny a wounda, we are Bobina and Yaba, Bobina and Yaba, eh, brafeni, a canny a wounda, we are Bobina and Yaba, Bobina and Yaba. Don't baby, I say, 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 say, I'm coming a wound that is a we are super big and one of us, Shaman and Sammy will be in your Sabia in a machacho. And once and passes to come, is a we are super and my dad, the bida. Tell the claims that you love is if I'm a chicken who's a person inside that. Okay. See that I'm sorry to be a do. One by a you begin a man, but I be that way, but give me them fire, give me them fire. Peru, but I'm sorry to be a do. One by a you begin a man, but I be that way, but give me them fire, give me them fire. Peru, don't baby, I say, 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 yeah. Oh yeah. Ale. I don't got this time to suffer. If I follow politician, you go hear them for paper. They go call them prostitution. Who don't like enjoyment? Your money there for pockets. She be now national budget. You go blow like trumpets. Go to back. Oh yeah, carry on. 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 Something, darling, I'm watching you. Small thing, you don't know. You come, they shout only. The money, you know what for. Bad commando. You dey carry overload, yawade, you go road, jawale, go wale, go back, oh yeah carry on, go back, oh yeah carry on, go back, oh yeah carry on, go back, oh yeah carry on. Something I don't need to bother you at all. Walking the way, babu, you let me see you say you be talk and do, oh God, tell me what you feel, do. I love it to bother you at all. You let me see you do, oh God. You say you be talk and do, oh God. She be na me, oh yeah. What the crack? See, don't tell where we dey shy, oh. You don't tell where we dey shy, oh. See, don't tell where we dey mania, oh. You don't tell where we dey mania. Since 1960, yeah. You don't tell where we dey shy, oh. Since 1930, no. You don't tell where we dey shy, oh. We dey do skeleton. We dey do your body skeleton. Oh yeah, bukele. We dey why you dey do skeleton. I go kill you with enjoyment. Too much fun now. Oh my. Hey, say, I want to see you shake it for daddy. Shake it, man. Sing for you like do baby. Give me love in Mokodi, oh baby. Ya open up yo, I go my so adio. I don't wanna be do me the eti ore. Ya open up yo, oh ya me fame party yo. Ooh, a day I no go play with your oh darling. You give me joy. Nobody day like you, my lover. You give me joy. I go kill you with enjoyment. Hey, I go kill you with enjoyment. Hey, I go kill you with murder. It's a murder. If you touch my baby, then it's a murder. I will murder. When you touch my baby, then it's a murder. Oh yeah. Ya open up yo. I go my so ideal. And I'm gonna be bill me the 80 or day. Now open up yo. Oh yeah, me fame body yo. Ooh, a day I don't go play with joy. Oh darling, you give me joy, joy, joy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nobody day like you, my lover. You give me joy, joy. I go kill you with enjoyment, 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 enjoyment. Hey, I go kill you with enjoyment, 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 enjoyment. Hey, I go kill you with enjoyment. Abba, abba. Hey, oh yeah. Jam rhythm. Hey, yeah. DJ Jamilala, drop the song, make we dance. Oh, DJ Jamilala, drop the song, make we dance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you tired? So what about the day today? No, darling. Hey, mama, hey, I hear the same. No, darling. Shake your body, then you come up. No, darling. Hey, mama, hey, I hear the same. No, darling. Say what about the day today? No, darling. Hey, mama, hey, I hear the same. No, darling. Shake your body, then you come up. No, darling. Hey, mama, hey, I hear the same. No, darling. See, you make sad for no reason. That's your fault. Don't you know say this be our season? You don't know. You the pray make a fall. Try. You're dreaming. Hey, don't care better now, yeah. Hey, you make sad for no reason. Don't you know say this be our season? You the pray make a fall. Try. You're dreaming. Hey, don't care better now, yeah. Don't care better now, yeah. Don't sleep, and don't sit. Wake up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Hey, hey, collect your money, collect your money. Grr, wake up, hey, collect your money, collect your money. Wake up, wake up, hey. Better, better, go get the cola. Wake up, money go kala, kala go when you lower, kala go, hey. You don't walk, you don't try. You supposed to date tight. You love on the person matter, person we won't grind on. When I land softly on the sofa floor. So far so good, one day by Joe, let me see you go lo lo lo, let me see you go lo lo lo. Let me see you go, let me see you the booga. Go lo lo lo, let me see you go lo lo lo. Let me see you go, let me see you the booga. Go lo lo lo, let me see you go lo lo lo. Let me see you go, let me see you the booga. Go lo lo lo, let me see you go lo lo lo. Let me see you go, hey, better, better go get that dollar. Hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. Money go kala, kala kwa wanya lodila. Kaya go back. You don't want, you don't try. You supposed to be high. You love for the person matter, person we won't die. When I land softly on the sofa floor. So far so good, one day but you let me see you. Oh yeah. Who's your eyes? Now only me while I see you tomorrow. See us we day like